You ever been stuck with a decision and you can't quite figure out what the right way to go? You have these two voices in your head, one screaming one direction, the other screaming the other, and you can't seem to feel good about either direction. I have an exercise to take you right through that. And when I came up against a roadblock or an indecision, I would overthink it. I would stay up at night thinking about it. I would ask other people for advice and still feel split on it and never really feel good about the decision. So here's what I do to get clarity when I seem completely unable to pick one good side or another. My name is Dr. Gregory Donahue, and this is Zen for Men. Men's mental health put into action. Real, practical change. It's called the two hands exercise. This uses what's called IFS therapy, internal family systems. It assumes that there are multiple parts of us. If you ever watched Inside Out, and at the end of Inside Out, the movie, there's that conflicting emotions. You feel happy about it and sad about it. This takes that same kind of concept where I assume that there are conflicting parts of me, and that's normal, healthy, and mature. I should have multiple viewpoints inside myself. In dialectical behavior therapy, they call it the difference between the logic brain and the emotion brain. In the middle, a Venn diagram where they meet is called the wise mind. We should always be considering multiple angles of a decision. So I want you to imagine each of those arguments in your head, one in each hand. Let's take a basic argument. One side just says, go for it, and the other side says, no way, that's too risky, or that we can't do that. First thing I want you to assume is that both of these sides have something important to say, something valuable. Each side is probably trying to downplay the other side, almost like the angel and devil on the side of your shoulders. We have to ask each hand to wait its turn. One of the best ways to handle a polarized decision where there's inner conflict is we must split it down the middle and make sure we listen to one at a time. There's nothing more time wasting than when both sides are screaming at us at the same time. Does that sound familiar? Rumination, back and forth, your mind sounds confusing. Eventually, I just want to back away and numb out because I'm so tired of looping around. So, cut it down the middle. Listen to one at a time and ask the other side to wait patiently. It's going to get its full turn with our attention. So make sure that you can visualize each side, one in each hand, hold tight. We're going to listen to one at a time. With the do it side, you say, all right, don't do it side, you're going to back up. And I'm only going to hear this one side. I'm going to hear everything it has to say. And make sure that you have a pen and paper in front of you. I usually prefer pen and paper because it sticks with your memory better. But I want you to first act like it's a person, say, okay, I'm listening. What are you trying to protect me from? What are your goals in this? Your job is to sit back and just listen to the logic run and write down as fast as you can. Write down a few of them. As soon as there's a pause and a lull, ask the question, and this is from IFS, and I love this question. It says, what are you afraid would happen if we didn't do that? If you're the do it side, what are you afraid would happen if we didn't? List out the fears. Oh, I'm afraid if we didn't do it, then this would happen, and this would happen. Fears are so powerful. That gets down to the emotional motivation of what we assume and are afraid of happening. That is so essential in making a decision that we get out of our logic brain and into our limbic system. Our true satisfaction in decision making, most of the fuel behind our decisions is actually emotional, not logic. So if we stay up in logic mode, we're never going to get down to the core of why we're doing something. Midway through, ask the one side, what are you afraid would happen if we didn't do what you want? Then write it out. Don't leave that side. Keep asking the question, what else do you want me to know? Sit back and listen. And as soon as you get something, write it down. Okay? What else do you want me to know? Get it? Write it down. Take your time with this. Wait until you hear, no, I think you got it. Wait till you feel that confirmation from this side so that you've completely maxed out that polarization. And don't move on to the other side until that happens. Once that one side feels it has your understanding and it feels bonded with you and says, you know what, I do believe that you know what I'm getting at. Then switch to the other side. Be polite. Let's go to this side. You ask the same questions. What are you doing to try to protect me? Or what are you trying to protect me from? And what are your goals? Write it down. Followed by, what are you afraid would happen if we did do that thing? This is the don't side. So you're asking the opposite. What are you afraid would happen if we did end up doing that? What else do you want me to know? Until you've got everything, until you feel that confirmation. Yep, you got everything. Boom. Good work. That was already an undertaking. As you're writing this stuff down, you don't need to be crazy thorough. Write enough bullets shorthand so that you know essentially what it is. If it's one word and you understand it, great. It doesn't need to be a whole novel. Now's the part where you sit back and assess. What do each of these parts seem to care about? What are they really trying to protect me from, and what are they afraid of? What values seem to be underneath what they're trying to do and what they're afraid of? Last question, and I love this question. I use it all the time to make sure I am aligned with my values when I make decisions. I first start by asking myself, which of these better lines up with my long-term goals, with the man I want to become? Sometimes that's a little too heady and a little bit too cliche. So I love to ask the question very simply, which story would I be more proud to tell my kids about? So say I do it, would I be more proud to tell them about this? Or if I don't do it, would I be more proud to tell them that I didn't do it? That question has simplified so many of my decisions. So this is the two hands exercise, followed by a reflection afterwards. It doesn't have to take long. Within 12 minutes tops, if you're thorough, you could be down the line of clearer thinking and stop wasting your evenings and nights ruminating about these stressors. Remember, you don't have to solve everything today. If you hit a spot that you don't know how to get out of, it's okay to go back and hear out more elements. Sometimes different parts of you thought of more, and you can go back and listen. If you take time to be patient and have curiosity and compassion for both sides, both arguments in your head, I promise you they are more aligned for you than you think they are. I hope you found this impactful, and if you end up using it, please write about it in the chat. I would love to see how things turned out for you and what it was like as you went through the process. But the one thing I ask is, if this hit something meaningful for you, please hit the subscribe button down below. It means a lot for this algorithm to get more tools like this out to the men who need it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.